YouTube, how's it going? Today we have a very short, and I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, update regarding the California Freedom Week. A brief was just filed, and we're going to be talking about what's going on with that. A lot of people have been asking, do I need to get rid of my magazines? Should I get rid of them? Well, hopefully this video will answer that for you. Generally, it's going to be status quo. If you have those magazines as of right now, if you currently have those magazines in the state of California that you own because of Freedom Week or however it is that you legally acquired them, the short answer is this. As of today, the time that this video is being uploaded, you don't need to get rid of them. You don't need to get rid of them. Even if the law said that you had to get rid of them, that's a choice that you would have to make for yourself. I'm not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. I'm just going to be discussing what is going on. So now I'm going to be reading a few things from my phone here because I want to be as precise as possible with the exact wording of what is going on. But before I do want to say thank you to one of the sponsors of today's video and this channel, USCCA. USCCA is there for you before, during, and after the fight, whether it comes to training, education, knowledge, learning, all that brain stuff, as well as potentially being there for you in the event that you have to use a firearm. USCCA is the only one that I would trust with my life and my protection for a variety of reasons, but if you want to know more about that, I do have a video talking about that. Thank you to USCCA. Today, a motion was filed in the Duncan v. Bonta, formerly known as Duncan v. Becerra case, and an unopposed motion to partially stay issuance of the mandate or in the alternative for a brief of administrative stay. So what does that mean? That sounds like a whole lot of mumbo jumbo. Well, basically, those of us that have our magazines right now, because the Ninth Circuit made a decision en banc on the constitutionality where they said that the magazine ban was constitutional. I know we don't agree with that. Well, they said that that was constitutional and that these should or could be regulated. Well, if this case were to go back to Judge Benitez, the Honorable Judge Roger T. Benitez, it would potentially put a lot of people in a situation where they would have to forfeit and get rid of all of their high capacity or standard capacity magazines because the law would be then put into effect and his stay would be no more. Well, what's happening right now is our side, the gun owner's side, is attempting to get the Ninth Circuit to not put a mandate and allow for a stay to be put in place or this stay to stay in place pending application to the Supreme Court. So obviously we would love to have the Supreme Court hear this. It's likely going to be that the Supreme Court would wait to hear this or maybe not even hear it at all pending the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin. They might send it back and have to have it go through some sort of different set of review because they decide new standards need to be played when you actually evaluate 2A cases. Now I'm going to read a brief summary from Barator on Reddit. Shout out to him. He is a lawyer. And he gave a little write-up of what this means. I tried to use human language, but hopefully this description here will provide a little bit more context to what's going on. Again, I'm going to try to be as quick as possible. And this is in his quotes. So Prop 63 banned possession of 10-round magazines or anything over 10 rounds, legally labeled large capacity magazines. Judge Benitez issued an injunction preventing that part of Prop 63 from taking effect. That injunction is currently in effect, which is why people can have Freedom Week magazines. So, the Ninth Circuit en banc said Prop 63's ban on acquisition and continued possession of 10-round magazines, legally called large-capacity magazines, is constitutional. However, Judge Benitez's injunction is not lifted until jurisdiction is returned to him from the Ninth Circuit. A stay of mandate prevents jurisdiction from being returned to Judge Benitez, meaning the injunction and the continued possession of 10-round magazines remains in effect. The link that I have linked down below is asking for the stay of mandate and it's unopposed. Unopposed means the Attorney General of California does not oppose a stay of mandate. That does not mean that the Ninth Circuit must stay a mandate, but it is very likely that the mandate would be stayed. Mandate would be stayed until the United States Supreme Court decides what they want to do with this case, such as denying review, deciding to hear it, or waiting for, like I said, New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin, or any number of things. So, as of right now, if you have magazines, status quo is in effect. You can keep those. However, the ban on buying, selling, import, manufacture, keeping for sale, or selling magazines is still in effect. But if you acquired them during Freedom Week, or however it is that you acquired them legally, you can still keep these. Now, the whole deal with Freedom Week mags, yeah, it's a complicated situation. I'm not going to tell you what to do with this if this ends up not being favorable for us. It's kind of shitty all around, but, you know, you guys know what to do. Have fun, be safe, stay dangerous. Peace.